Alright everyone, welcome back to Heavenly Delusion episode 9. So, as usual, timer-based reaction on YouTube, picture-in-picture version in the description below. So grab your copy of the episode if you're still watching on YouTube because the timer starts now. I said timer when I should have been saying countdown to the timer. Or could it be, could she be the one who was Mimihime dreaming about? And not Maru? And she was cut. Yeah. No, it cannot be her. The one that Mimihime is dreaming about. But he is dreaming about her. Yeah, the camera has always been buggy. Okay, we're still in the past. What the fuck? Okay. Whoa, whoa. The eye logos? It's a bit different. Oh, he will. Young Tokyo with the bowl cut. We've seen stories of characters realizing how powerful they are, so they choose to kill themselves. But obviously, I feel like it's more than that. Because we still have no idea why Azura did that. The whales. Love this. Hmm. Great cut to the present. Oh! Children of the Nursery. I'm excited because it seems like we're gonna get more of them, which is what I wanted. Ah, yes. The Americans. Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, I feel like at this point, and I feel like I've talked about this a lot, but at this point, it's pretty clear that the children of the nursery is in the past. Like, sounding like a broken record at this point. Ah. Superhuman body. Is it more than an earthquake? Wow. Yeah, supplies. I didn't mention it before, but I was enjoying Kensuke Ushio's music there when they were walking on the road. Careful now. Whoa! That was surprising. Scavengers? Yeah. Hmm. Liar. Yeah. Interesting cut as they were talking, as they were saying sorry. We still have no idea why the camera was fugly. especially after Asura's death. Oh, it's more than that. Is it Asura? Yes, it is. So it can actually be Asura who's messing around with the cameras then. Even in death. Okay, why? Is it the disease? I wasn't paying attention to Tokyo when the doctor was looking at her from the balcony when she was swimming. So I wasn't sure why she reacted that way. Okay, buddy. It's not just a gun. Hmm. Of course, of course. You gonna recognize Robin? Oh, I kind of like that moment when he just decided, hey, can I move my car just for a bit? It's like a very human, average person would do. You know what I mean? Ah, okay. He was just setting the scene. Okay, okay. Juichi. That may have really happened. Uh-huh. Hmm. I don't think that is the case. Not from Earth. Okay. No, that's not a bird. That's a Zura. Asura being the only one that doesn't look human. But I always felt like she was more of a. She looked like that. I love that. I'll save what I wanted to say about Asura later during the discussion. Why did they? Who is Juichi? Hmm. The school. What the fuck is this? And become the next breeding pig? See how much of this story is real though. I'll just believe it for now. Exactly. Oh, yeah. It's a good story though. It's a pretty good story. Huh. The logo. Ah. Hey, he's smart. That's for sure. Well, let's not get too hasty. Wouldn't say that this is the origin of the place just yet. Looking at how it is, and it's just a normal building. Unless there's a secret. We shall see. Oh. A cram school. Heaven can be any place. Oh. Yeah. Asura? At least they're on the right track, though. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fair enough. There we go. There we go. But that's why. Okay. Really curious about that painting. Oh my god, that was the end of the episode. I should have. Okay, in hindsight, I should have figured out that it was the pregnancy. Because I was thinking about like the disease or whatever. Why was she? Well, I mean, it was okay. Look, it was pretty quick between like when they were having sex and then just immediately saying like, "Hey, yeah, she's pregnant." So I don't know. I don't know. I was kind of expecting maybe next episode, but whatever. All right. Anything? Nope. Okay. All right. Looking at the painting behind the director's chair, can't really make anything of it other than the fact that it is depicting two figures. One is male, one is female. We could just correlate that to Tokyo and sorry, not Tokyo. Maru and Kiruko, and the fact that they are saviors of this place or whatever, right? But other than that, I can't really think of anything else, and I don't even sure if there's any meaning behind it. But if there is meaning, then I'm just going to assume that it represents Tokyo, and so, I keep saying Tokyo. It represents Kiriko and Maru being saviors that will one day come and save them. But yeah, that's about it. Overall episode was pretty good. There's some lighthearted moments, there's some comedic moments, there's some really good world building as well. I guess the thing that intrigued me the most in this episode, more specifically, is Asura. She know something that we do not. um, she realizes her role in this world, I suppose, and she, being the one of the smartest character in in this world, supposedly, she made the ultimate decision of killing herself. Now, I put kill in quotations because is she really dead though? Because we've seen her appear multiple. Well, we've seen her appear once, in front of Tokyo, and that was in, I guess, present day for the children in the facility, right? Um, and then again, more and more, we see the imagery of like the bird flying, or this figure flying that has wings, obviously, that kind of looks very similar to Asura's design, her silhouette, and correlating that to like the constant camera problems that the facility had, right? The amount of times that the camera becomes static, or the amount of times that the camera isn't really showing what it's supposed to be showing. There's a lot of things that is being hidden, right? So that the people who are focusing, or the people who are monitoring these children, won't know what they are doing, right? At first, it's always a mystery of like who is tempering all of that. But now, I have a hunch that it's actually Asura who is doing all of that, right? Because the idea that maybe she's not really dead, but she just level up into the next plane of existence, or something, is pretty high. Because in the past scenes in this show, or in this episode, right, during the past scenes, we see her when she was talking with, at the time, a young Kona, right? The camera starts flickering and the camera starts to change, right? The camera isn't showing what it's actually there, right? You can't even see Asura at that moment as well, right? So, putting that, and the fact that Asura was still alive at the time, and we have no idea about her abilities, but we are, let us just assume that she has a lot of abilities and she's pretty powerful, right? Almost a godly being at this point. It is safe to assume, at least for me, for now, it is safe for me to assume that she was the one who's tampering with the cameras, and if her, sorry if I'm stammering and stuttering for these discussions, but if we are led to believe that she is still alive in one way or another, then I think it's almost possible that she is the one who's doing it, because she knows what her role is in the world. She knows why she is here. She knows her purpose, or at least she told Kona, like, I understand why I am here. I understand what I have to do, right? And part of me wants to believe that she realizes like what has to be done in order for the events of Heavenly Delusion to take place. And one of those things is the fact that Kona and Tokyo needed to be together and become one, have sex. Tokyo needs to be pregnant so that she can give birth to, hopefully, Maru. And then the prophecy that Mimihime kept dreaming about, like somebody who's going to save the day, who looks just like Tokyo, is going to appear. And all of that needed to, and in order for all of that to happen, of course, the events of what we saw in these past 9 episodes of Heavenly Delusion needed to be that way, right? The cameras need to be completely off so that Tokyo and Kona and the rest of the children can do whatever they want to lead to that conclusion. It's almost as if I would say that Asura has every ability that the children had, but more. Like, knowing the future is basically like Mimihime's foresight, right? She can see glimpses of the future through her dreams, right? And I guess with someone like Azura, you can just amplify that and you can clearly see what needs to be done and what has to happen, right? She has like the ability to see the future, for example, or whatever. So again, throwing theories and darts in the dark, but that is my leading theory for now. Because otherwise, why would they keep showing Azura? Like, and even Azura herself, like, what a design, right? Very inhuman, very alien, even. Part of me even wants to believe that the alien theory is actually correct, but no, I feel like Azura is more of a, an experiment that, you know, that she became that way because of the experiment, whatever it is that the facility is trying to do, and they gave her this specific body for some reason. Who knows? But aside from all of that, this episode was pretty good. I think the music for this episode was really good as well. I'm going back to like some of the scenes again and see what I guess I'm looking at this scene, which is the scene where the doctor was surprised. I guess you can, yeah, I guess you can see yeah, I mean you can see it, you know, it's bigger, that's for sure, but like I wouldn't, you know, immediately come to the conclusion, because like I don't really see any abnormalities, and even then, like this looks pretty normal, you know what I mean? So but I can totally see it now once I stop the framing. So yeah, a lot of children of the nursery stuff in this episode, as the episode title says. And even Mimi Hime. This part, this discussion is a mess. Again, I feel like the previous episode discussion was pretty tame and pretty, let's say, constructed. But we're definitely going all over the place in this discussion. But Mimi Hime being able to see Asura's figure right here. And again, it's this specific figure that we saw again in later in the episode when Juichi was talking about like one of the 3 apocalypses or whatever. So I am curious. I am very much curious. Like, where does this photo come from? And what is actually going on here? Part of me wants to even believe that the story about like the breeding pigs or whatever, like I want to believe that some of it is half true, as in the couple that hatches the plan and the baby that they wanted to get out. Part of me wants to believe that this is actually like Tokyo, Kona, and the baby is actually Maru. Like I genuinely want this to be the case. Like, it may not necessarily be that, but I feel like there's some truth within that story. I could be wrong. I mean, at this point, we know that Kona and Tokyo are a thing. We know that they're expecting a baby. At this point, I could pretty much just say that Maru may as well be the baby because of all of the things that we have set up before. So, I don't know. Maybe, right? Because the problem with Jurichi is that obviously he is a liar and he is just a storyteller, right? But you gotta have a foundation, or you gotta have, you know, something to borrow in order to tell that story, right? You need something to take inspiration from. You need to steal a story in order to tell it to somebody else, right? That's basically Juichi, right? I don't believe that he is able to conjure up this story all by himself. I know it's like I'm discrediting him, but I feel like he is the type of person who would know a story and would add a twist of his own, so the actual story, there is legitimacy to it. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I think the idea of Kona and Tokyo having a baby boy and then they want to get out, and then of course Maru asking like, hey, what happened to the boy? And then he never really answered that question. Am I onto something? Am I onto something? I feel like I'm onto something. I could be completely wrong. At least in terms of like them trying to sneak out of the facility. But like again, it feels like it though. It kind of feels like it. It's like, because we are setting that up. The director and everybody else is so appalled at the idea that Tokyo is pregnant. Like they have no, like they don't want this to happen, and yet it has happened, right? And they are in panic mode, and they have no idea the implication of it because they are afraid of like the apocalypse or like the great disaster that is about to happen. And how did they know about that? Is it because of Asura as well? Did Asura told them about the great disaster as well because of her foresight or something? I don't know. But I feel like a lot of these things are slowly tying together, and I feel like I'm taking crazy pills because it's like I don't know, man. Kiriko and Maru are on the right path though. They have figured out, like, they are on the right path. They've seen more and more of these logos, and they are about to approach one of the facilities, that's for sure. So let us see where we go from here. I'm just looking at I'm just looking at this scene, and I'm just looking at if there's any character that I know apart from like the obvious ones. I don't see anybody who may be somebody that we do know. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for my reaction and my discussion for Heavenly Delusion episode 9. Man, what a mess of a discussion. We went all over the place, but hopefully it is fun to hear. So see you guys next time for the next episode of Heavenly Delusion. Take care. Have a nice day. Peace.